Okay folks, let's take a look at the back panel of my very well-worn Bias Mini. And as you can see, it's fully loaded so that I can show you what all of the connections are about. Now, some pieces of gear are designed to cover every possible scenario that you could ever dream of as far as connections go. However, the downside to that is that they're certainly not quick or easy to be able to set up. So the whole idea behind the Bias Mini's connections is that it's a very foolproof plug and play type design. So even an absolute beginner will be able to set this up in a matter of minutes. So let's have a look at each of the connections here and what their purpose is. Starting over here, you've got your speaker output. Now this has always got the speaker simulator on there, so you can plug in any speaker cab and you know it's going to sound right. Likewise with the direct out, this will always have the speaker simulator on there, and it's the only XLR on the back of the unit, so you really cannot go wrong. You've got an input here for the 4-button positive grid foot switch, and you can set that up so that you can change to any 4 patches on the unit. And these two here are just your effects loop, set and return. Now at Positive Grid, they didn't want to sacrifice any of the important features just because of the size of the Mini. So they still thought it was important to have MIDI in and out. But you'll see on the back, there's none of the conventional MIDI ports. But what they do have is something relatively new, which is actually MIDI on a 3.5mm jack. So it's the smaller sockets that you have here are actually what you use for MIDI, and then you're just able to plug in any conventional MIDI cable to this socket. Okay, just one last thing, I've plugged the power back in so that I can show you how the Bluetooth and USB connection works. So I'll just turn the power back on at the front, and what you'll see is the light starts flashing, which basically means it's ready for a Bluetooth connection to your iPhone or iPad. Now the other thing it does automatically is if I just plug in the USB, it will basically turn off the Bluetooth connection, and then the computer connection will take over. Again, it's automatic, so you don't have to go there and tell it to connect via USB. It just will automatically do that once you plug it into the computer. The Bias Mini is both one of the most powerful units available on the market, but also one of the quickest and easiest to set up. Whether you're an absolute beginner or a professional, you're up and running in a matter of minutes.